Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the stream yet again. Um, third one. Third one? It's the fourth one. It was the third one since I moved and since I got a job and whatever the heck. You know the thing, right? Well, welcome everyone. It's time for to plan and just give up, or I don't know. Let's plan some stuff here. Nah. Let's just do some paint over instead. I even need to actually hold on to move that. Does feel like it's a bit yellowish in tone. Actually, no, it's more saturation, I guess. Hmm. Some areas that sucks. I also forgot to do the thing uh, to change the profile picture to this one. Oh god, maybe I should do that later. Perhaps focusing on this is a bit better right now. Hmm. Hello, Girl Talk. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Thank you for the for the support. As always, we're doing well. Welcome. So I'll be planning some stuff still. Just that I need to finish some stuff here that I needed to, but I think it's nicer. What areas suck? Here. Well, let's just keep it like this. And let's just plan. Uh, I don't think I need to talk much because I already talked about a lot about this. So maybe just working on this future. And what I'm inclined to do, I guess. So I wrote about some stuff. I guess just drawing works as intended. I can maybe make like a backlog of things that I want to draw again and just go for it without really like making uh any time frame time, you know, what is called expectations on when to finish it, right? Deadlines. Um but at the same time I know that I'm not that good at being being like consistent with deadlines. So let's try to stick with one. Maybe a year, a year planning. I feel like if I plan for a year, might be interesting. Let me get my notes here because I actually made some notes back then. Let me read my own stuff here. Um, I feel like the requirements of the plan itself is more like knowing what I want. And what I want to make. Yes. Less concerned about. I wrote here that I want to be less convoluted and less concerned about the execution, but I feel like it's more about the technical details, like that instead. Hello, Kingslayer. They went. Fighting. But I'm so inclined to do technical stuff. It's like against my nature. It's against my own nature is basically what I'm doing right now. So it's not. I'm really not the type of doing streams or talking to public or to even take on such a journey that is long and requires a lot of dedication and I'm still lazy. Um, instead of writing it, I guess I'll just describe it here. So I wrote here. I don't remember when I wrote it, but I guess it was after I stopped streaming. So what I want from the next art grind, um, I want to be more like counterpoint of scientific grinding and the mechanical art practice. So being like, I don't want to do the grind, or I shouldn't do the grind, more like that. It's like, when you have like an objective and you want to just grind art or be like very good at it, but at the same time, it's more like you're using most of your energy to think about the grind instead of the uh, meaning behind it. uh, I feel like it turns art into a very mechanical thing, and if you're really concerned about it, to be like executing it pretty well, then yeah, it makes sense. But at the same time, I feel like most of the things that I did was like drawing when I feel like it, uh, being sure about the thing that I want to have at the end of it. So knowing what and why, rather than knowing how to, because I discovered how to do that stuff, knowing what I want and why I want that. Um, own own it to the own personal opinion of what makes a good picture. That's what I wrote here. Which doesn't postpone its execution and engage with the current practice. It's more like doing the practice while doing the thing that you want, right? Hmm. And being like a bit more self-critical in that sense. What what makes it good? I don't know what I want from the drawing and know what I draw. Uh, know what drawing I want to make. Those are very difficult. No good or bad drawing. I think this one is a phrase. No good or bad drawings. Only drawings that are contextually misguided and unrepresented. Wow. Be less convoluted and less concerned about the execution. Be more focused in what and why rather than how. Care more about the bigger picture rather than the isolated execution. Recurring, uh, recurring subjects to reinforce execution without narrowing the side of it, side to it. Loving the grind. This one's a hard one. Rather than following a grind that is designed as a means to an end. Man. But at least I put up some ideas here. Looks maxing? Why? Drawing the prettiest face possible, focusing on attention to details. Uh, sure. I feel like that's a pretty good idea, especially when I was grinding faces. I guess I came came to I used a good references to base my own proportions for faces. So drawing the prettiest face possible, it might be a pretty good idea to do in short plans. Master painting with old masters. That's a pretty difficult one, but it's mostly working with things that are not really mine, right? Hmm. Thank you, thank you. Hmm. 1 year plans. Maybe to do finish project B, tray, project. Character design for this project. So I need to finish it. I need to make a new version or a version that could be more like splash art. Hmm. I feel like splash art and character reference sheet could be the things that are tasks here. Uh, I do want to have some sort of character sheet for it. I already have one. I guess the things that I did was like, that was basically the thing that I was doing back then. Um, so I need to just finish character design, but I need to be more specific, I guess. Um, I have a few issues with it, like um, color coding, cohesion to characters. You can create a VTuber character for live streams. Sure, I could try to do that, but uh, if you wish, I mean, it would be pretty nice. It would be interesting to just have a little thing here at all times. I don't even remember how to draw my own. my own persona. How do I even draw my own persona? I don't even remember. I don't know. Like this? I don't even remember how I draw my own stuff. Where do I even find that? I don't think I have one. Where is it? Uh, oh, yeah. It's on the other side. I don't even know what it what this means. Yeah, something like this, right? Then actually ta-da. Fuck, not again. Tablet man. Why it's tablet man? See? He's a PNG tuber. Something like that. Something like that. It's like connected to my microphone or some sorts. I have but I have to enable the controls. It's not like I can use my keyboard to just hide the layer and talk at the same time. But it works, right? Good idea. Color gradient. And show and on the screen ads. Ads? Ads on the screen? What type of ads could I even place here? show ads on the screen. Should I do the uh what Subway Surfers screen? I don't know how to write that. Advertising. Scanning those out. Uh, character design for details. I feel like the hardest one would be the character temperament. Setting. Um, Oh, that's really a lot of interesting infos here. Infos there. Are you planning to create a visual novel game? Hello, Kitsune-kun. Welcome. Am I planning on giving up? Surely, I'm giving up. But it's fine, right? But yeah, I'm planning stuff and then giving up. But it's some stuff that I've been working on in my head, and it's time to just, develop them. But the first step is to give up, and life already threw me in a spin of being employed, having uh, no time to spare. So I have to either sacrifice my health and my sleep to work on this. Uh, don't give up. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I was just joking, but it's more like I think the first step to do some stuff is to is to firmly believe that you can't do it. So you just work on that in the simplest way to achieve like the first step, even if you know that you will not really succeed on the larger objective because it's too large. So I guess it's more like giving up the expectation. So um, I think we can plan a lot of things. We can just be like that type of person that is always planning the very best next good video game, whatever. But it's not necessarily gonna happen because they explained a lot of things first and they never took action. So right now I'm just, I guess I will explain later. I'm just thinking about the product here. From yeah, that is very true. Just don't think things around. Because bit by bit, working on it, you won't realize that you're already working on it. Exactly. Guess what? That also happened with streaming. I'm not really, I've been streaming for a while, uh, even though you can't really see them anymore, because it's uh, another moment of my life. But when I started streaming for the for the first time, that was something that was like out of blue, and I stuck with it without really expecting that much. Uh, have a good night. Going to sleep. All right. Well, have a good night's sleep. True, that's great. Just winged it, and everything will go with the flow. Exactly. It's more like uh, let's not uh, bring our hopes up. Hopes up. It's not like the energy of expecting too much from someone or expecting too much from yourself leads to better outcomes. It's mostly that consistency is probably the thing that makes you progress the most, and also knowing what you want, I guess. I like your character design and art style. Really good fit with a visual novel game. That's interesting. Thank you. I hope it looks good with like a visual novel setting. But yeah, let's talk about this. Um, okay, excuse me the sound. from the background. I'm not really sure if you can hear it, but people are talking there. So let's just explain stuff first, because I hope my voice is actually, you know, reducing the voice of other people here. Anyways, so the project here is the Valet project. It's a prototype that I want to make, and there are like a few things that I need to sort out uh, from the back of my mind. Just things that I found like important, like things that I remember right now, but I'm tired, so I'm not really sure if I'm remembering everything. But basically, that's that's a continuation from the things that I was doing when I was streaming back then, back like couple of months ago, and is mostly trying to finish the character design. So I had some issues with color coding, cohesion between the characters, and that has mostly to do with the character temperament, which is something that I'm still working on. And I feel like most of the character design and the character development, or the characters that will be featured in it, has to come with the story ready to go instead. It's like, um, I know that I can pinpoint some details or things that I could add to the story to make it so it's interesting and it's like packed with information, but that doesn't mean that it reads well. So I guess most of the time I was like gathering a lot of references, trying to set out some interesting stuff for the characters and the settings, but that doesn't mean that it translate in a linear way for the story. So I guess when creating, I'm not really experienced in creating stories, so I need to work on that as well. Maybe creating a smaller version of this, maybe like a time frame that spans like a day in their lives or something like that, instead of full-fledged stories about organizations and things that happens um, in a world building situation. um, my friends play you know, role-playing games, and they just create words there all the time. The great characters to play with them, play with the settings, and you know, all the all the good stuff. But I don't really have that much experience with that, so uh, I was like thinking about some other stuff. That's also one of the project's ideas that was rented from my friend that also plays role playing games. So it's pretty fun. I definitely want to explain this in the future, but I feel like most of the things that I want to be doing here is probably on this project here, because it's the project that I was working on last year, and it feels the project that I did the most progress basically. Um, but I was gathering some references for the settings with uh, like the requirement of it is to be modern. I need modern technology for it to work, but I also want uh, to go for like that uh, nostalgic for like 2000s Frutiger arrow style, whatever. That could be interesting, but the problem is that, you know, technology with like real technology, or I don't know, it's like it's pretty hard. There's another element here that has like an element of fantasy that I also need to point out, because that's exactly the thing that I feel like I will struggle a lot. Um, minute. All right. Um, yeah, those are important too, especially with visual novels. No worries, you can do it. Perhaps. since you are entering in a way in the game development field, I think it might be a good thing to learn game design, especially for visual novels if they have here on YouTube. I've started some of it. I still I'm yet to watch them, but it's pretty interesting to see those narratives that they develop. You know, I don't remember the exact name. It was like JDC Game Design Conference, something like that. That had like a you know some essays there. So that's pretty interesting to look at, but I still didn't watch it, especially when I need to use the time of my day off to watch it or to understand it and also to practice. Um, but I guess I'm just spending this time here of initial part just to create some expectations or just letting things out in my planning stuff and expectations and just kind of cross some stuff here and just giving up on some of them because it's way too large. Uh, just take your time and you can do it surely. This is still work in progress. Nostalgic theme? You want something related to Fury Guerrero? Maybe, but it's hard to connect to the modern technology in a way, and also has like some struggles with like cultural backlog, which is something that I have to work with. That has like a quite a impactful uh, impacts a lot on the development, the cultural aspect, and that's exactly the thing that I'm mostly worried about. Or maybe Doki Doki Literature Club. That's a pretty good one as well. I think it's a pretty nice uh, game to use it as a reference, and a few other ones, you know, from the indie scene. But it's hard, you know. I'm just one person doing this, and I wish to be one person doing this as well. So, you know, let's just take some time to create the assets and just try to do the what is called minimum viable product. So, um, I need to place this here. Gathers. There's like another thing that I was like thinking about to solid references. So I was talking about the conflict between the setting here and the modern tech. There was like another stuff that I want to add here, so I don't really remember. But yeah, like some cultural backlog. I need to work on the group behavior and small talk topics that has to do with the world building stuff. And one thing that I was like talking about in the last stream was like having more experience in life and just struggling with life and living your own life has to do with, you know, the group behavior of people, uh, learning how to interact with each other, small talk topics. So having those experiences are quite nice to build uh, convincing dialogue, maybe, or just things that happens these days. So even though I do know them in a, you know, just being like a internet addict, so you can just learn what people are thinking all the time, all the year, and it just hits you and turns something uh, that is part of you. But it doesn't mean that it's actually uh, you can't really experience that in real life. The dynamics are different. But I can say it maybe create a theme for your visual novel game that act as a cargo visual and story that has purpose on it. Why create this game? Why do you want the player to feel about something? Yeah, those are things that I will be keeping in secret, but I already know them, so don't worry. and it has to do with the cultural backlog as well. You know why I want to create this game, and there's like also yeah the main conflict, which is let me see if I can. That's great to hear. No worries. I feel like that was one of the first things that I thought about to to just because I just work right here. Theme. It's mostly just personal experience. And that will sound so weird, but it's more like hatred, generalized hatred, not mine, everyone's hatred. It's so vague, but um, there's another one that is loss of show, large dream, actually, dreamer expectations. The last opportunity, life, direction, direction, life. There's another one. Brief destiny, addiction, and uh, la, 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 la. Just an idea though. Maybe mix it with your own experience so people might have to get the feeling on what you want to express as well as since they experience it too. Yeah. It would be very hard for them to experience my game if I ever make them, honestly. But I'll try. I'll definitely try. But it's hard. Hello, Noof. Noof? 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 No, I don't know. I'm late to the stream. Well, I'm also late to the stream, so maybe your current experience in your life related to your job and to your dream, like stuck in this but wanting to keep move forward and break through. I guess that's a pretty childish one, right? Pretty high expectations. Yeah, might be onto something. Yeah, I love this. Uh, yeah, I was talking about the reference. So I guess this is the actionable one. Learn about game design for visual novels. Godot, Game Maker, RAM. Rampai? Hot, Rampai? Either 2D plus traditional animation or spine. I feel like spine is a might be a bottleneck, so I might have to not do it. Um, Unity for side game mechanics. That's it's this one might be the hardest part, and something that I need to add in some areas if I ever choose one of the linear stories that requires it. I feel like that's a pretty important mechanic. But usually visual novels are like stories, narratives. You just pick one stuff from another, and it doesn't really uh, choices matter, but it's more like uh, it's not like the type of choice that is being like promoted to you. You know, it's like it's a you only have two choices, or the third one, which is quitting, or the fourth one, which is saving and then picking the other one. But for the mechanics that I want, it has some different type of choice that actually affects the story. So there's that. It's very difficult to explain without really like spilling out everything. So I don't want to do that. But it's pretty important. So main features defined are drawn. I guess game feature screens like wireframes, mostly just um, wireframes is more like the placement of things, like UI stuff, right? Icons and menus, transitions from one chapter to another, stuff like that. But I feel like the most important part is basically the character portraits and what is called the CGs, computer graphics. CGs. Let's add CGs here. Those are also quite important. CGs. Uh, CGs. So I need to validate the story progression. Um, I need to decide the fate of some characters or where to stop with some of it and the resolution of it. I know that, I mean, the good version of the story is that everyone gets to live another day. And the bad one, everyone dies. Wow. Such a great, uh, such a contrast, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want that, honestly. I want some stuff to be permanent, but that feeling of being, uh, I want the characters to live. I want the characters to be happy. But that's, you know, it's not something that actually happens sometimes. Anyways, conflicts. I don't feel like I need to explain much. Uh, but I'll try to make a minimum viable product, which would be a visual novel with a simple UI, with a linear story. I guess that's a pretty nice start with character portraits with sketches. Um, I guess the I also have to pick some of the stuff here that is meant to be the start of the things that I want, like learn, game engine, or pick one of them. Um, I don't even remember Godot or Rampire. Rampire is actually easier and but it's simpler. but I guess for this one might be interesting to use it. Uh, hmm. It's too big. I need to reduce it. I need to reduce most of it. Yeah, for this one is ready. All right. Mm, Ramp Rampai is good for visual novel. Second one, project Rent. Don't even remember how I wrote this stuff. Godot is something a lot of character movement and Unity. If you want the player feel the environment, yeah, if I don't feel like Unity is it's gonna be necessary. So maybe Godot is probably the better one. Full fledged features compared to the other ones that are simpler. Game Maker as well. So mm, I could try. It's not like you need to make a button that makes some other button to function and to write something on the screen. That's it. That's the fun of it. So it's more like a slideshow. It's more like a presentation. Sorry for the late response. Talking to my girlfriend because it's funny that she got jealous because she thought I was talking to a girl since you have a 2D girl in your screen. Hey, some people some people said that I was a fanboy with my voice. So I don't know. Maybe. Huh. Do I sound like a fanboy? Really, guys? It's because I make a different accent from the usual English, huh? It's because I want to add some pizzazz to my voice. And I could do ASMR for you. Remember how to do it. It's actually uh different here. Uh Advanced audio properties. And I guess it's now binaural, right? I could do some ASMR here and you can hear it. I mean the other side. Perhaps it's working. I don't know. Anyways, let's get back. Is it working? Uh, was that working? I don't even know because I'm using like a filter. Don't get me that today. I got killed by my girlfriend. Well, some people want that. That's a win for some people, I guess. Depends if you're into it. Anyways, let's continue. Project Rent. It's more like uh mages, rent adventure, one shot, and one shot. What do I even learn? Paneling. How do I even write paneling these days? Paneling. This comic panel. Uh, comic paneling. What else? Like setting is like D setting research. So have you chose with do you think program you can use for creating visual novels? I think Rampai is a really good one for that as a starter. I might have to go for Godot because it might be worth it to use a use a, uh program that has the features that I want to add later. So I might have to, well, if I'm up to learning some stuff, so I guess I would just learn the harder one. It's not like uh, I'm pretty sure that they have some visual novel stuff there to help to mock up stuff. I guess the hardest part is to spend all those times to research where to find that mock-up version of visual novels for Godot, and then either that or learning how to do it by hand, and then uh, thinking about the other features to add. So not really sure if that's working. Oh, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Science research. It's not like I know much about it, but but they reassured me that I don't really need to know then. if you know if you know the gimmick from mages and some other magic stuff, I guess they said that I don't really need to do that research. So um, what else? Guess this one could be easier to just explain. Uh, mages. Uh, with tenants. Burden. Property. And a dungeon. Legally. Even right illegally. It's with two L's. So I want to create a fantasy theme, something something similar to Rance. Rance? I know that I know that I know you know, but man, no, not like that. I'm not that freaky. It's more like a one shot uh, manga, or some sort of comic. So mages having problems with tenants turning their property into a dungeon illegally. That's a pretty good prompt. Uh, and I was like thinking about it for like a while, and just like, oh man, imagine that you have to just you're a mage, you're like rich as fuck because you went to all those adventures when you were like uh, a young boy, and then you just rent your properties that you bought in a uh, some time ago. But the problem is that the tenants are, you know, doing some weird stuff there, like making an illegal dungeon. So you have to just reach the tenants in a dungeon or something like that. Because they definitely have to work on that stuff through legal means, or I don't know, just killing the tenants or just destroying their property, demolition style. I don't know. There's like a lot of potential on this. It's so fun. I feel like it's a funny idea. Hmm. One shot style, but it's a visual novel. No, it's not supposed to be a visual novel. It's mostly just one shot. It's another project basically. So one of them is mostly just visual novel. One of them is a one shot, and the third one is one. The third one is like undefined. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to explain this one as much. So mages having problems with tenants turning their property into dungeon illegally. Uh, D&D, whatever. I guess the bottleneck here would be the comic paneling and minimal viable product would be like a one shot, but accident. Colors, colors, sketch as finished. I see your concept idea is really interesting. But if you want something to get work out something as soon as possible, that maybe finish 1 to 2 months. I have like a year, more like more like 3 years, more than that. Like I have a lot of time, but I don't have a lot of time daily. Back then I was like doing like 12-hour streams. These days I can only go for like a 3 hour stream max, and even 3 hours is a bit too long. To be honest, I was like losing some sleep there. How about choose something simple and easy in mechanics for now, I guess? Or maybe core story and main characters and purpose of them. Yeah, it's probably the Project Rent one might be the easiest one to go for, especially if I plan to go for the minimal viable product which would be the one shot, just a manga one shot about one incident that they have. No colors, just sketching stuff and then just shipping it as a sketch instead. So mostly just focusing on making the story engaging, I guess. So I feel like it's mostly trying to find its voice in its narrative, I guess. That's probably the best, uh, the smallest one, but it's not the thing that I want to be doing anyways. I just find the idea amusing. Yeah, to give you a step by step achievement and result as well to be able to go to your biggest game goal. Perhaps that's the best choice there. But I have nothing basically. No character sheets, character design, simple, no colors as I defined. Uh, so yeah, I have to spend some time on doing the character design. That's the current thing that I need to do. I need to learn the comic paneling because I have no idea how to do it. Uh, or what style, best practices. I guess I might go like blind on the magic stuff. Just 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 do some bullshit there for magic. Magic setting in its own world building. Something similar on artists having an idea and draw a specific character and finish it and then go to the other one. Yeah. Go on to the other one. Yeah. Because it's mostly, uh just keeps adding up. And just being less concerned about the quality of it, of what I expect to to just do the stuff, I guess. So this one is mostly just a one shot. This one, honestly, I feel like I can't really place anything here. It's a pretty good one. I was like thinking about the story about like thinking about the story. Might turn into a visual novel at some point, honestly. But I can't see that being like a normal video game, to be honest, or like a boring one. But at the same time, I can see it turning into a narrative. So I don't know. I don't feel like I can reach this one, and I don't feel like I have anything to say with this one right now. So I just place my coins here for the first one and the second one. To be honest, I have no space. I have no space. The main reason why most devs got anxious and got pressure a lot of things to do is that they don't have the main core of rules on what should be the game and just stick with it. Yeah, stick to it. Yeah, it's like I want to make a visual novel, but then I will just go to some other like mini game inside of it, and then it just turns into uh, it just turns into a trap. Because I have no experience in game dev, so can't really say much. But I mean, I can make the asset. I can make the asset, so why not? So honestly, for the way that things are going here, I guess I would just go for the first one, anyways. It will take a while, but I guess it's worth it. So I just take a plan of action here. Let me remove these. So let's discuss this one. Naruhodo. What I can say is just keep things simple at first, and if everything settles, you can do add things on it. Don't think about if it's good or not, and believe in yourself, what you can do. I don't believe in myself, and that's why I'm doing this. Through everything is, of your idea is really interesting and worth it. Might be, might not be. Honestly, I don't care. I guess the interesting part would be to make it exist in the first place, and then people might find it. It's just that there's like a discrepancy on people that are like working on very big video games that is expected to have a lot of people playing, and video games that are like, personal things to cherish in your life and have like people playing sometimes. But uh, it's unfortunate that some people can't really live doing what they love in that case. Mm. So yeah, I guess the LA project is probably the best one, but it's the largest one, so I have to cut most of the things here. The rent project here, so I guess I could just do the first here. It's also defined which one was the project. Two. Just do the things that you think that is fun for you first. I guess the things that I need to do is probably to solve the character designs and temperament, the interactions between them. Where is it? This one, linear story. Because even if I have like different endings, different things to add to the story, depending on the player's choice, whatever happens, this one might be the most important one as well. Uh, Character portrait, simple, level UI, invisible engine. So it might be Godot. Since you're still starting, what can I recommend? What I can recommend is that you choose the shortest and simple game idea you have before starting the longer game you have. Yeah, probably it's probably the better idea, the better direction, I guess. Mm. But I feel like I could try to make a prototype of the thing that I want, anyways. It's just that, for its setting, it's kind of a slow burn sometimes. So since it's a slow burn, there's a lot of things happening there, right? Just it's kind of hard to just add much on that. So it's kind of hard to reduce from that. But a smaller version that has to do with the same setting might be interesting. So I might have to develop something with the character that I already have designed and just place it in a different environment or in a different case, I guess. Mm, hmm. I could try to make a what is called what is called the the beach filler. You know the filler arc, the filler episode of people of the characters going to the beach, something like that. That might be interesting. It has no point. It doesn't have anything profound to say, but it's using the same assets, kind of. It's smaller because it's just a day or two, just being filler of its own story. It brings a lot of context in some ways. That might be interesting, honestly. It's like, even though it's not really that essential to the story, fillers are like a way to just prolong the life, the shelf life of the anime. Just kidding. The fillers could be a way to add more character to one character, but at the same time, I don't feel like I've seen anything happening like that. It's mostly just fan service, um, because it has to do with our brain regarding achievements and rewards that banish our feelings and boost our minds. Keep working on the next one. Exactly. I mean, uh, it does feel like a work that I is already like set to stone in my existence, anyways. So at some point in my life, I have to do it anyway. So there's no point in waiting anymore. There's no point in waiting to be like capable of doing it. But it's probably best to just get used to the ideas first. Um, Yeah, because you surely feel something great if you publish the game and people see your works and play it and got good feedback. It will surely give you a lot of learning and rewards for you. Yeah, you can do that as well since it will give a rest player a story. Give a bit rest for players as well before moving forward to the series story one. Exactly. Though uh, it do have purpose, though, even though it feels nonsense or fan service. Just, I just say these things based on my experience. By the way, that's really nice to hear. I just took a look on your channel. It's very nice to see people also working game dev artist and indie game developer. That's really nice. Welcome to the channel. I have no idea how you find me. You found me, but that's nice. But yeah, it's hard. A lot of things to plan, a lot of things to do, right? It's basically just another job. Uh, for now, I'm just expecting too much, too much. YouTube recommends me to you. Yeah, we get those sometimes. It's surprising, actually, that people still get recommended my stream uh, this day and age. I don't feel like I'm uh, recommended worthy anymore, but YouTube changed a lot. I mean, YouTube recommends me to watch you. Exactly. Yeah, I have to put this in a planner or something. But I guess I could take things slowly right now because I'm just coming back from all this stuff. I'm not really sure if you'll watch my other streams. I recommend you watching my other streams to get context of what I'm doing, what I did, and what's happening in my life. But it's like 3 hours long. It's too long. It's just, just do whatever you want. But it's a pretty good one, idea wise to do like a filler one. Hmm. minimum viable product. Filler assets. UI. Span context. Test run. Doesn't fit this engine and story. I'll keep supporting you on these game goals you have here. Well, this stream's name is basically planning and then immediately giving up. So, you know what happens next, right? But we could wish, right? We can still dream big and do some work next day that brings some stuff to life, I guess. Slowly but surely. Don't give up, man. I'm gonna give up. I want to give up. I'm gonna sleep, and do nothing my whole life. Actually, I have a work to do, so I can't. But I like this one. I like this one. This one seems easier in the illustration standpoint. Uh, and I'll try to perhaps if I can fit them. Uh, so let's see what I can do to take action. To be honest, this feels like making CGs. In CGs, solving the story, solving story, then uh, what else? We're gonna uh, because if I make the CGs, those are like assets that I could use forever, basically. So there's like not a lot of things to do after finishing them, anyways. So I can use them. Learning Godot could be like in parallel to what I'm doing, so also has like its learning curve as well. Solving the story feels like uh because the solving the story is mostly that it's mostly character progression, narrative progression, pacing, part, low part. Um, pacing is more like characters. The issue with the characters is that I need more characters. I feel like um, I currently have six characters, six, 7 characters around that, hmm, around that mark. But I probably need more characters. Is that there's like some features of some characters' temperaments that I don't really want to add to them. I want to keep them mostly just a pretty good team, and then I have to make the other team that is a bit more a bit harder to work with. 'Cause that's exactly the type of drama that I want. Hmm. Hello, Silver Comet. I see you still planning. Well, I didn't plan that much last stream. I was just refining some drawings here. And I still need to, export this and use it as my profile picture because I forgot. I was like, uh, I was doing some work stuff. Things are kind of exciting, but at the same time, it's tiring. But hopefully, in a few years, I'll be better in that sense. Making CG, solving story, learn Godot. I feel like the fastest thing that I could do right now is making the CGs because I already made it like a character here in like 3 streams. Character is decent. Uh, has some rough edges here and there. Some consistencies in terms of the thickness of the hair. Some design issues with the complexity of the horns here. And does it need to be larger? I don't know. But it's fine. I guess it's serviceable. But in case of the solving story, yeah, I need to write more. I have to think about the. It's either that because I have a chronic problem of making it. Let's remove this. Just use this instead. So the problem that I'm facing right now with the story stuff is that I think in fragments of facts. The other thing that I want here is that stories usually linear. Stories are linear actually in in its narrative, right? I'm writing as well. That's nice. Hope you're writing some good stuff instead of planning things and then giving up. Immediately giving up. Don't worry, just focus on the one thing like writing or character design, but one thing, the rest can come later. Exactly. When I started streaming, I was like, how do I even do this? Because I just installed OBS, figured the things out there, and then when I when I was like able to stream for a little bit. I did like a test stream with a with software, and then when I finished that, I just created an account, logged in, enabled the stream stuff, added the chat stuff, and it worked. Surprisingly, it worked. Cause, but well, I didn't know if that worked at first because no one came to my first stream. I don't think anyone came to my first stream. I don't even remember if someone. I guess on the third one, someone came. Mhm. I research mistakes I make later. I see. Overthinking is a pain. Exactly. I mean, if you can, if you're able to take an action after overthinking, I guess it's kind of cancels it out, cancel out the negative effects. So it's fine. So problems here with solving the story, making CGs, taking too long. Here is also decisive setting, setting, and characters. Learn Godot, time, and resource. Specific resource. What else? Linear story, character portrait, making CG's portrait. It's basically here. Godot, CG's. Merging. I guess I'll try to extrapolate what I think the problems with merging everything would lead to. It sucks. Result success, actually. Features. Features, versioning. I guess. Hmm, I guess that's all the worries that I have, I guess. I'm also planning to debut my first one shot for a manga contest, but I'm still have a long way to go. That's nice to hear, actually. But it's if you're doing for a manga contest, you already have a deadline. I don't have a deadline for this one, so uh, I could also remove a lot of stuff to the next year. Well, next year is already here, so it's pretty weird. It's very weird because I work with blocking painting styles, so it has to go back with line art for it. Yeah, that's also one of the one of the issues with working in a specific style or method and then going for one that is not really fitting with your stuff. But there's like some other techniques like sculpting the things that you paint instead of doing the line art. So I don't think that's actually cheating or anything. It just takes more time to, well, you're blocking the drawing and then removing the inner side or the outer side of the line of the paint to make a line, which could be a bit more interesting approach for you because uh, if you're planning to make a like a uh, black and white version, you could use uh, the what's called the when you erase when you erase the painting to make it as a line art. That could be an interesting effect of being like, let's see if I can make this. Could also have to enable the stuff like this, right? Like you're trying to do something like this, like carving most of the lines while painting. So you can get like very fine lines and thick, thick endings, but it also leads to some stuff here that could be used as a way to highlight the form of the thing that you're drawing. So it might be interesting to try that, to just do the painterly stuff, do the blocking painting style, and then just removing most of it with a like a opacity enabled uh, brush that leaves some of it. But I'm not really sure if that's like a requirement of using line art mostly to draw the manga instead of doing with like blocking stuff and coloring and you know so it depends. Definitely has a learning curve for it. I like your handwriting. Thank you. Little dirty birdie. Welcome to the stream. Well, for the longest time I didn't use this handwriting. And then when I started using it, I was like already like way past 18. And I don't know, it just comes with like naturally for my handwriting. Surely I got better at it when I was streaming back then. but oh, it feels so much better than the other one that I was using, that I was usually using, cursive. I was like writing in cursive and stuff. I was writing in some styles like this as well, but man, this one is really good. Thanks, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, it might be a bit too expensive to draw like this, to just draw painting the stuff here and then removing most of it to make the line. And also leaves a lot of artifacts, which might be a good thing, right? But it might be too much effort for you to go for, instead of, because it has a different quality, right? Because this could be uh, the jawline of a character, right? But if I do like a line art version, depends on the thickness, then I have to adjust it accordingly. Just make another pass to highlight some stuff. And it will never look the same. See? It has a lot of artifacts here while drawing with like a smaller tip. But this one even has a farm shadow here a little bit, and has like a geometric expression to it. So I do recommend it. I kind of used that thing to draw some characters, and it works fine. It's just that it takes too long for me. Honestly, it just takes too long for me. Cursive is a nightmare. Yep, it's a nightmare. So that's the planning stuff, I guess. What app are you using? I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Uh, Specifically the new version. So I bought the new version. It's really nice. You can do like some pretty cool stuff. Oh, this one is like geometric. What happened? What? Up here. Can make like a circle and just resize that stuff. Can make a line and make it straight, like some other softwares out there. That's pretty nice. It just retains the character of it sometimes. So I just made a lot of changes to it, so it might be not recognizable at first glance, but it's basically Clip Studio here. It's here. That's so cool. Yeah, I do recommend it. It's really good. Oh, bathroom break. Be right back. Okay, okay. Man, I have no idea how to deactivate the auto translate on this OBS stuff. What's happening this like this? I have to just look what's happening here. What the hell? Anyway, anyways, let's continue. Not really sure if I'll be able to draw anything this on this stream. It's mostly just planning. What? Oh, okay. Dropping stuff here. Sorry. Uh, okay. So yeah, guess just thinking about the plan of action here. Just for now, I don't have a lot of energy. The reasoning behind, the I just don't want to do anything. I just don't want to plan anything. I just want to keep planning and just complaining about my life or just being grateful about my life. But I don't want to do the things. But I know that if I don't do the things right now, when will I do it? When I have more experience? When I have more technical skills? It doesn't feel like it will ever get better. Like the getting better is it's happening now. I need to do it now. I need to take action now. So that's why planning feels like more of a session instead of actually planning. But I definitely think that's a pretty good way to gather my thoughts and emotions on this because it's gonna be a long one. Oh, now that I remember it, there's another one here. It's supposed to be the year, right? Couldn't explain it better than you, man. Exactly. You know, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So yeah, the now stuff. I was like writing that stuff. So just draw. I did that last stream. I was like rendering and drawing stuff, just doing paint over. Doesn't take that much time, like to ship like one drawing like this. Yeah, the hand is a bit too dark. Anyways, feels like I spent around 4 hours, 5 hours. What time it is for you? I can't explain. No one knows. But thank you for asking. No one knows what time it is for me. But it's always late. I have no time. I'm employed. So there's that. See you next stream. Well, it's late, but it's not late enough to end stream. Still, maybe I have like 20 minutes. More than that, because tomorrow I have some stuff to do, or the next day after tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? It seems very late for you. You sound a little sleepy. It's more like I'm living in a dorm and I can't really scream much or just talk loudly. So there's that. And also have my voice is usually low tone and low energy anyways, normal settings. I don't project much with my voice. I got better while I was streaming for a long time, but these days it's like yeah, it has always been quite calm uh voice to listen to, I guess, to talk, and I don't have any stamina in my voice. That's why that's exactly the thing that I was talking about. like doing the things that that are like, what was it? Where is it? Uh, where did I put it? Here? Did I put it here? No. Requirements. Did I place it? Where did I place it? Right. Did I remove it? Hmm. Well, I got the day after tomorrow. Some house chores, some adult stuffs to do. Uh oh, here. It's here. Goals. Finally. You know, turned into a well functioning adult to work and to be responsible for my own well-being, I guess. That's exactly the thing that I'm worrying about right now. Because I got a new job. I got a job, actually. Got a job. Moved out. I'm in a dorm. So, a lot of things happening and changing stuff. You can watch my other streams that I talk about the whole context of things, even darker stuffs. But it's not like things that are worthy to watch again, to be honest, because it's like 3 hours of rambling. Anyways, 1 year plan. So I was like talking about going against my own nature. That is like, my nature is that I don't have stamina in my voice, but I'm talking with you guys for like 2 hours straight. So there's that coherence happening here. Against my own nature, against the things that I would be comfortable with, I guess, or the things that I shouldn't be doing, or I shouldn't have, shouldn't that I wouldn't need to do. So, uh, I guess the requirement here is to go against my own nature for most of the things that I do. Like starting to stream, I was like, I wasn't the type of person to be like talking with people, or I don't even perform very well talking with people, or I didn't perform well. And I've been like honing that skill set, honing that experience to talk with people and just ramble about stuff. Uh, but I still don't have the stamina to talk normally, nor I will have stamina to talk like this as well, because I'm also burning my brain to talking in a different language, drawing and talking a different language and streaming at the same time. That's like against my own nature. I honestly, I want to just go sleep and do nothing. Anyways, to do. God, there's like too many things here happening. I guess I can just place it here, here. I don't do well with talking too. Most of the time on calls, I would be muted. Well, um, I define myself as not being good at talking, but at the same time, if you were willing to be the type of person that talks with people, you have to put on the effort of doing it, right? Eventually, you have to unmute and talk with people on calls because eventually they will be gone and you wouldn't be able to talk with them anyways. So I do recommend you to change your ways just like I did, even though it doesn't feel like I changed my ways in a way. But I'm also not that talkative in my personal life. So in my social life, making CGs, requirements, 1 year plan to do. So this one seems like a good one. So I just merge them. So I do recommend talking with people, learning that skill, because it's a skill, you know. Oh no, people. I hate people. I don't like talking with people. People are angry and just talk about shit that I don't want every day. I'm not willing to understand the other person's point of view because I just think that I'm right every single day. And my vision is the only vision that exists in this whole universe or whatever the hell people think about. Or people are smelly. I don't know. You are naturally motivational. I'm actually sitting muted on the call right now. Feel that anxiety. Learn, like, think about me. I'm just streaming for people that I don't know, people that I've met online. Some of them are like regulars here, but at the same time, it's like, who am I talking to? Why am I drawing to people that don't even care about me or wouldn't even care about me? I love people. I just can't talk with them. Hmm. It's more like, eventually things change and you eventually change your personality. It's more like your entire being, right? Like, I'm not really sure if you're into drawing, but I feel like the most mm, the most progress that I did in drawing was to eventually uh, giving away some stuff in drawing that I found that was like the baseline of the structure that I built and then rebuild again. And that also happens with the personality that you build, right? Because if you change the action itself of just not sitting muted all the time on Discord or whatever, you just turn into a person that is not muted anymore. You are just doing the action of being the person that's not muted, and you have the possibility of talking with people without being muted. You know, we care. Thank you. But it's like taking the action, I guess. For some people, that helps. Just taking the action without thinking about the consequences, anyways, because uh, the metric that they are using to gauge if that uh if the consequences are that severe is like busted. So sometimes, like, whatever, talk with people, just go do shit that you want. No one really cares in that sense. If you have to shit in your job, like, do you feel like you can't really you can't lay a pipe in your job's bathroom, in your job's toilet? It's like, have some, you're like ashamed of laying a brick there. It's like, you know then turn into a person that can shit at your job, doing things. Sometimes it's uh like an emergency, right? There's like nothing you could do to hold shit together, literally. And then you have to shit in your at your own job. So it's like, life gives you lemons in that sense. Uh, some stuff that you have to do. Just lay shit, uh, literally. I hope not in your pants. Hopefully in your work's bathroom, but um, that's like that's something that you can control. But you could control just going to the bathroom and trying to shit there, and without feeling shame, because that's like a normal biological thing happening in your body, right? So talking with people is also the same concept, I guess. Sometimes you talk shit about stuff, talk shit about yourself. You can also stop doing that. It's like the same. mechanism that makes you not do something, you can reverse to stop doing something that you don't want to do anymore, kind of stuff. And if you're enabling some bad behavior, addictions, you could like use the opposite to enable good actions, I guess. But but the main stuff here is to define yourself as being the type of person that can change from being shy to a person that can be proactive. And that's probably the thing that I've learned in art, in drawing, in just learning how to draw, I guess. And that is very useful for everything, right? And that also allows me to do other stuff. Making me giggle and smile, man. I'm sorry. I just like some analogies like this. It's just fun to do it, you know. That this hits hard as a neurodivergent person. I mean, it, it's a different set of skills as well. So, uh, you know, just take care of yourself in that sense, because sometimes those techniques are very different for neurodivergent people. You know, all that stuff. So it's not like I can give you advice on that. I feel like I'm the most neurotypical person in my group friend, even though I don't really sound like a neurodivergent neurotypical person, nor I do look like a person that has like hobbies that are like of a normal person or of that. Anyways, 2 years plan. Honestly, I need to look at the. Do you ever travel to? Do you ever want to travel to the world? The world. I would like to go to Germany. Uh, I mean, I have things to do right now. It's mostly, working on this, working the day job, of course. So there are like some stuff that I don't have like as a priority, anyways, like relationships, romantic relationships. Traveling is one of them as well, but I really like them. I really like to travel, but I don't. Uh, for the largest part of my life has been like at home doing stuff, and I don't really regret much. So I'm in my own cage, and I've always been. So it's not like I don't want it. It's just that it kind of burns you out. I guess I just don't. I just feel like kind of dislodged after coming back from a trip, stuff like that. But it's nice, to travel the world, just knowing the culture of another place, just seeing things. But honestly, money is no, money is hard. money, money, and time. But perhaps in the future, page filler. Oh, the page filler is probably the thing that I want to be doing here. So I'll remove this. This. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's here. Where is the thing? Here, 2 years plan. So 1 year plan is the thing here, requirement, whatever to do. Yes, it's mostly. Is it called mockup? Oh, but money and time are nightmares. But they made compasses before clocks, which I like to think as your direction in life is more important than when it happens or comes. That seems very poetic. Yeah. I guess it's a point of reference, right? Compasses are like usually pointing to a specific direction. So there's like a lot of landmarks to go for while using the compass. So clocks are like a measurement of these days are measurements of efficiency, I guess. Because if it's too late, if it's too fast, or if it's not fast enough, it just feels like it's not worth it, right? And time will pass anyways. And like information usually makes you uh, perceive time in a different way. So if you have a lot of information out there, it just feels like you're bombarded with like things that consume your time, and then it's already the next day. I love poetry and writing. I just can't do it a lot because of school. I see. I mean, you have time to just, you know, it's kind of difficult to enjoy school as a neurodivergent, I guess, but if you have the support from community, if you're enjoying your time with like somebody from community, even online, it seems like you know, school is temporary as well. There's that. And I forgot about this. Wow, I forgot about this one. Oh, it's too late. Yep, it's too late. All right. Anyways, I don't care. All right. Walk up journal and have you done dancing before? Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea, honestly. I've seen people going for it in my life. They are very skilled, but I'm not into it. I used to be in a dance group. Do you find it as like a kind of a talent stuff or more like a thing that you use to enjoy more like a exercise? I feel like there's a lot of differences in how they view those kind of things, you know. Cup, VN, uh, getting faster, maybe faster sketches. That also makes sense. Faster sketches, which means that I need to practice gesture drawing and either that or hmm, Gesture? Gesture. I had to leave the dance group because I got too tall, huh? The other partners in the class couldn't exactly dance with me. I was too shy to be a solo. That's complicated. I've seen a lot of people missing a lot of a lot on life because they was like too shy. So even though it's like a could be like neurodivergence stuff as well. Uh, it's like there has to be like a fundamental change in your being to be willing to be the type of person that is not shy anymore. Because I don't really see that many advantages to being shy anymore in life, and especially when getting a job these days is like if you're shy, if you haven't been like connecting with people, it's very hard to get a get an indication, get in like a or what is called uh first no it's like what is called I don't remember. It's very hard to be like recommended to people to work with or just be in a specific niche in a community as well, because mostly you'll be the person that observes most of the things that people are doing or interacting with, and you will not like be the person that creates or shares things to people and connects with them. So shyness is a really hard thing to deal with. I wish I wasn't as shy. I guess that's a good start, you know. But I was like 10 to 8 to 10 years old. I mean, exactly. Like it might be worth it to explore where and when that happened, and if that's actually some stuff that it's still affecting you. And surely in my life, I had events where I could have made shyness as like an attribute of mine, and like other stuff like way worse stuff, like being like a bad person online. Like I had a lot of potential. I had a lot of potential and like means to get into like a very bad narrative online. And you may not know what I'm talking about, but online we have a lot of people that has hatred for other people, other type of being, that kind of stuff. Or like being the type of person that is like uh self-deprecating, uh and just being like engrossed into uh, a lifestyle that rewards being like shitting yourself kind of, or just being like bad to yourself, doing bad stuff to yourself, I guess. So there are like many I had a lot of opportunities to be part of those groups, and I'm really lucky that I found good people in my life, and I still find good people in my life. That is like impressive. It's such a blessing, and uh, it's really hard to just give advice of just go meet with people that are like nice to you and make you not feel like you're shit just because you act in a specific way, Uh, but I'm pretty sure that there will be people that also had that type of experience. It just needs you to just be a bit more proactive to talk with them or be in a group and be in the same time frame to work with them. But it is something that is a bit by luck, works by having little bit of luck in life. Fastest sketches for one shot. Shyness is only nice in the books and movies, where they are seen as cute and helpless. It's a stereotype. It's like a lot, uh, like anime stuff. Yeah, people love hating, respecting because they dislike silence and the good silence of the world. Yeah, I usually keep myself silent sometimes in like conversations, so it's not a bad thing. It just depends on how they perceive the conversation flow, and if you and the other person is at the same page, that that helps. But usually when discussing those things to people with people, it's probably better to be the person that initiates, right? Like, you know that shyness is something that is not good for you, and you can be like the person that talks about it to a person that is also shy, which is probably something that I'm doing right now, because I'm also, the type of person that is not really talkative in real life. I mean, no, I do, because I have to work and I have to communicate to people, and over time I've been like working through that and transform into a new person, and that willingness to transform into a new person has to come for you to not be shy anymore, I guess. And well, I could say that is, well, you are talking with me, you are talking, I don't know, you are in a voice chat muted. It's just a step on you to change your whole life, I guess. Uh, Slowly. That's my impression, That doesn't happen overnight, anyways. But that mindset is probably something that helped me over time. 2 years. I guess 2 years is like start uh start one shot. Type VN actually VN prototype. The VN prototype. Start bigger project. Actually larger. Actually main. VN to do comments. Good. You know the Sonder feeling? Sonder feeling? I have no idea. Sonder feel. Sonder is the profound realization that everyone is living a life as vivid, complex, and central to them as yours is to you. I see. Sonder. Didn't even know that word. I get it whenever I watch someone write or just watch them be themselves. That's a beautiful thing to notice, I guess. If you like to write, that's probably a pretty nice indication that might be on you as well. Godel, Godel. good old uh, type or pieces of it. Have anything else? I don't know. Thundering might be something the world needs sometimes. I have a bit of an ego, I will admit, but it would be nice to see people care about interests more. Mm. It just depends on where you're, I guess, where you are. Like, it depends on where you live, because sometimes you just didn't find your tribe or people that are like passionate about stuff, and you can find that like everywhere on YouTube. Of course, that's probably the most common thing, right? People like streaming their own stuff and doing their own projects or their own lives, I guess. And it's like it seems like everything is so exceptional and unique in a way. Um, so yeah, so to see people care about interests, that's kind of hard as well because the people that are like trying their own stuff, they're probably not having time to watch other people as well. So there's that. Hmm. There's like an issue with distribution of things. You can't be at the same place at the same time sometimes. Uh, uh, like the effects of social media with like interesting topics, and then most people are like tuning in into like a random stream. That's quite rare. And I'm also surprised people just joining my stream and just listening to me in that sense, because there's like a lot of things that you could be watching instead. um, so if people care, maybe if they resonate with some stuff that they're talking about, sure. The end prototype or pieces of it, is it? Hmm. Story solved. Story story ready. Well, what I could say here is that I not really motivated by people caring about the interests that I show to people. So I stream because it has been like a thing that I'm used to. Uh, I've been like streaming for a while now. It's not available anymore. But it's like another skill set that I'm working on, and that's like. But honestly, I could stop. I could stop streaming and doing like the things that I want, anyways. It's just that it keeps me on board with everything that I've been doing. Right? It just makes me commit to these things easier and speak about it, and also speak while drawing, and also uh, develop it and show it to people, and spend some time just doing it without like using social media instead. So, but in a motivational sense, like in a fundamental level, in a philosophical level, spiritual level, I don't think that's the main reasoning that I'm doing all of this, honestly. But I could be wrong about myself. Listening to you seems better than the other streamers. It feels nicer to hear a less stimulating voice that isn't boring. Now I have a question. Do I sound like a fanboy? Do I sound like a fanboy? That's stuck. Third main VN. Uh, 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 maybe. What if I make an ASMR for you? Where is it? Special ASMR from the streamer guy here. And you can hear on your, what is this? Is the left side? No, it's the right side? I don't know. But I'm not really sure if it's working. It's supposed to work. Anyways, I have so much fun doing this. Maybe a little bit. It's probably because I have an accent. And that accent is like I'm amping up some of the elements of the accent, and then it makes it sound like I'm kind of kind of kind of happier, and my tone of voice is also lower and higher at the same time than the usual male voice. And back then I didn't really like my voice, but these days I'm like, it sounds calm and it doesn't sound like it's very aggressive, so it's fine, I guess. Your your mic is are perfect for that. It really is, man. I mean, it really is. On what? That 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 my voice is a fanboy. What? Ah, anyways, 3 years plan. Hoping that your voice is perfect for ASMR. Thank you for boyfriend ASMR. I hope not. You're making me giggle so much. No. Uh, the the last time that I streamed, we talked about me making a tutorial about perspective in ASMR, and that's like one of the one of the secret one of the secret elements of this channel that I'm also preparing, that I'm like working on it slowly, and surprisingly things are happening to the point that it might be true that it happens, and that would be insane because it's like so fun, it's so funny, but at the same time it's like terrifying because it will attract some kind of like some set of people that it doesn't seem like it's healthy. So, and it might trigger something on me, and I just do some weird shit later, and I don't. Yeah, no. I have to think about it. I'm not prepared to make my. I'm not prepared to make my first million. You'll probably get thousands of views if you did ASMR. Uh, it's not like I don't like it, you know. It it's just that is. What could I tell to my friends, about me making like ASMR triggers and just doing like boyfriend role plays to people. Man, how can I face my family and my coworkers knowing that I was like caressing people online uh on their ears talking about some bullshit or telling them that I love you and I I want to commit to you. What? Or just doing triggers, whatever. Your plans. Mm, Honestly, I hope it works for like 3 years, but I don't think I will be able to do in 3 years, especially to learn Godot in like a year. I don't think I'll be able to do it. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh God. Ah, it's already like what stream for like a couple of 3 hours already. I have to go soon because I need to eat food. Could you do a little bird? No need to color it or make it look fancy. All right. Uh, little bird. Let's see. It seems kind of thick. Legs are too long. I love the long legs. It's too long, but it's fine. The parakeet. I feel like it's a bit heavy on the details now. I have to balance the to make it fatter. Let's make the friend. So cute. This one is not like a long leg, so I have to depict this a different way. I even depict that. Oh, what I'm drawing here? No, no, this is bad. Nope, almost did it. What I'm doing here? What the hell? I have to change the order here. What the hell? Oh, it has to be like the beak has to be like angled like this. It's like it looked like something else at first. I was like, no, let's not do this. Let's not do this. But how like this? This again? Amazing. I hope it's not recorded I hope it didn't record the, the present of the presence of a very weird shape there, but thank you, Loveland. Thank you. Thank you. You too. I'll be going as well, so I'll have to end stream. I just planned stuff. I didn't really draw anything. I was like painting over some stuff. But next stream, not sure if I'll be able to stream again uh the usual time next you know, but this time like I streamed uh consistently like after a day and stuff like that. All right. So let me wait a little bit for the thumbnail because the thumbnail is important. So to recap things, what could I say right now? It's more like I need to I need to take action. And I guess the easiest action right now is to figure out the story. But the story is not really drawing, right? I could try to draw mm, some scenes, I guess. That's cute. Thank you. I like doing those drawings. I feel like I did some of them back then. but I don't think I'll be able to find them because it's not in my current computer. So, uh, yes, more like I need to take action in a smaller way. Currently, it's kind of hard to do that because it's I'm I'm currently it's happening a lot of things in my life, so a lot of things happening in my life, so mm, I don't think I'll be able to spend a lot of time thinking and also executing in a higher level. So this time I just discussed like two projects. One of them being the main project, which is the idea that I'm most pumped to work with, and the other one is mostly just a one shot that has like a smaller idea, but it's not like defined. I didn't define anything. It's just something that I was like kind of funny to work with. So I was thinking about doing that and just doing it without like having a lot of things attached to it. But the main project has a lot of things attached to it, so that's a problem. Overall, I do believe in the main project the most, because it's very interesting in the narrative. The execution part, that's the problem, I guess, and the time wise and all of that bureaucracy. I guess to me is hard. The bureaucracy is hard. That's probably something that I can't really that I don't need to think about uh, currently. I just need to think about the current issues of the story, of the character, the setting, and and making the assets and learning Godot, which is the game engine. Have good nights and days till your next stream. All right. Thank you for being here. Well, I'll be going as well. So I guess it's already time for the thumbnail to work, right? So yeah, next stream, I guess I should be drawing or just drawing stuff, a new drawing maybe. I want to keep just planning stuff. I'm just so tired. All right. So thank you for being here, everyone. It was nice to see you again. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.